just kills you. It just. Who was sure they were winning that game? I was. I was certain they were winning that game. Ricky Batalico, Ruben Amaro Jr., I'm Michael Barkan, John Kruk in a moment. Yeah,
I'm glad you settled down a little bit.
31-14. It's fantastic. Best record in baseball.
And he's slipping away today, Michael.
But you should win. Don't start with me. You should win the games that you need to win.
Yeah, the opportunity.
Wild pitches galore. Come on, man.
Let's not go overboard here. Yeah, Mr. Optimistic.
It's over. The whole season.
Let's look at it this way. I mean, let's be honest. They had an opportunity in the 10th inning. The Mets don't score in extra innings. You have a golden opportunity. You have a ghost runner on second base, and you don't get that run in. I don't know where else you look. The team was 2 for 15 with runners in scoring position. I think that tells a lot in this game. A lot of times that really doesn't tell the story. I think in this game that does tell a very big story. But when you're 2 for 15, you're obviously not scoring all those runs that you should be scoring. I look at this as a whole and I say to myself, what went well in this game? The bullpen was outstanding. 7 2/3 after Taijuan Walker got hit in the foot with a line drive. Bullpen only gave up 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts in 7 2/3.
I hear you, but
it's not their fault. The fault lies in that 10th inning, Michael. It lies in the 10th inning.
Hang on, Rube. Let me get to John for a second. John Kruk joining us at the park. Called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. And Krucker, when you look at this one, the bullpen, as Ricky said, they pitched great as a whole, but there are individual moments that were really harmful to the outcome of this game. Would you agree?
Yeah, the wild pitches don't help much when you have runners on third base. But, yeah, the bullpen was good. Defense, not so much. But, look, it's – I know you're panicking, Michael.
I'm panicking,
I know you think that the season's over.
It might be, John.
Regardless of extra innings, errors, wild pitches, pass balls, whatever you want to call it, it's only one loss. And I know they had opportunities to win. But the way they fought back there after being down 2-0, and, look, they're going to win a lot more games than they lose, Michael. So you just relax and take a deep breath and trust Ruben and Ricky that they both know CPR and everything's going to be fine.
Okay. Right.
Johnny, talk a little bit about, I know this is a tough game for them to lose because they had opportunities to win it, but I'll stay positive here. Talk a little bit about Bryson Stott and him coming into this game and doing what he did.
Yeah, we were worried because, he's on first base and, ball down the line and he has to run and try to score from first. And it looked like he was a little gimpy, but that doesn't seem to bother him. And, I think it's going to change the way the Mets pitch to him with the closer on the mound for the Mets and Edwin Diaz, because Bryson doesn't seem to make many outs against him. But, he's what he's done to get his average to where it is from where it was is just amazing how hot he has become. And, I guess, I understand you got to give him a day off here and there, but, man, I don't know, man. I would want to play every day if I was swinging it like he was right now.
John, what are you seeing from JT Realmuto? He was 2 for 5 tonight. He also hit a missile to second base that was caught that very well could have ended the game in the 9th inning. But he seems to be swinging the bat really well right now.
Yeah, Rick, he's staying on balls real well. And we know, over watching JT over the years, when he's hitting the ball to right from center field to the right field line, that's when you know he's swinging it good. And he has, he's like Nick. They have so much power the other way that, they don't have to overswing and try to pull balls to hit home runs. And he's just staying on everything right now, and he's putting good passes on it. And like I said, when he's staying on that side of the field, he's dangerous. And I know they lost today, and I know it was an ugly loss, but when you look at the first 6, 7 guys in this lineup and the way they're swinging it right now, they ain't going to lose too many more.
No, they're sure not. But if you're a fan, John, last one to you. If you're a fan, we're joking around about the loss and its importance, etc. But you're crushed if you're a fan. You said to Tommy during the game, we're fans first. And I know we call the games, but we're fans first. If you're a fan, you're crushed because they lost to the stinking Mets. Never mind, they took 3 out of 4 in this 4-game home-and-home set. But if you're a player and you went through your fair share of these in your career, what do you say to yourselves collectively and individually when you lose something like this to get ready for the next one?
Well, as a fan, you're disheartened. As a player, just another loss. You're going to have them. I didn't think the Phillies were going to go the rest of the year without losing another game. It just so happened that tonight was that night that they happened to lose one. But, there's a lot of positive signs. And it's not like, the pitching was awful and they just got destroyed. As a fan, yeah, you want them to win every game. But as a player, former player, current players, you understand it's just one game. There's a lot of frustration. And that frustration will last some of these players till they play again tomorrow. But after that, it's after you wake up tomorrow, it's over, and you just start another streak.
You know what? I think you're so positive. You should come over and host the rest of the program. Get over here. We're going to send a car for you. Right? It might be a scooter or a bicycle. I want you over here.
I didn't know Ruben was in the thing earlier when I saw him in the hallway. I'm like, the heck's he doing here?
He only asked you a couple questions pregame.
Yeah, and my mind wanders.
Short memory.
I lose track of things.
You got to have short memory, John. That's
all right,
fine.
buddy.
I hear you.
Thanks a lot.
Like the
I'll try to stay up. We will talk very soon. The great John Kruk joining us from the booth. It's right. One of 162. But it's good to hear also that the players take it with them a little bit until the start.
They're not. I don't think they are.
I think they're pretty upset. I mean, you saw some of the reaction from JT. I'm sure that they weren't very happy about the loss. It was a frustrating loss because they had an opportunity to win this ball game, and you love to win games that you have an opportunity to win. You guys talked about a little bit about the wild pitches. The bullpen did throw very, very well. Those wild pitches, those are big, man. Those are big, and you got them from Hoffman and Alvarado, who are their best guys in the deeper part of the ball game.
Hoffman's wasn't even close.
Yeah, he just hooked it. I think he was. It almost
I don't
seemed
know
like,
if I've ever thrown one that bad.
I think it almost seemed like he was feeling like he was throwing a different pitch while in mid-pitch.
And he almost lost it and just kind of never let go of the pitch.
Held on to it. I mean, and that happens.
That's the game right there.
Yeah, but
those two pitches
were
runs.
the game.
That's the game.
Yeah, and you saw the emotion from Alvarado. He doesn't ever come off the mound like that. He was very upset, and because he missed his spot, and JT couldn't get to that 100-mile-an-hour fastball that was on the opposite side of the plate. But these guys will take it with them. I think so.
Rob Thomson in the post game on a tough 11-inning loss for his guys.
Could you start with an update on Walker and the severity of it?
Yeah, left big toe contusion, hit right off the end of his toe. X-ray's negative. We'll just have to see how he comes in tomorrow. Don't know about his next start, but we'll find out a little bit more tomorrow.
What have you made of what Jose Ruiz has been able to do?
Tremendous. I mean, giving us those 2 innings, and we sent him back out because really we had 2 innings left. After that, we had Alvarado and Sir Anthony. So, and he was so good in the first inning and swing and miss. The curveball is just a great pitch. So, plus he's 96, 97. So he did an unbelievable job.
How golden of an opportunity do you feel like you had there in the 10th when Ruiz strands that guy and you got the middle of your order? Yeah. I mean, they did the right thing by walking Harper and play for the double play. I'm not going to bunt there with our best RBI man. So that's the way it goes.
Rob, Strong came in a little bit of an unusual spot after the injury, but he seemed to handle it well. How much do you trust him in really any circumstance at this point?
Yeah, I trust him as much as anybody, really. I mean, he's throwing the baseball really well right now, as good as I've seen him, to tell you the truth. He's got a scoreless streak going, career high, I believe. His fastball's really getting on people. The secondary pitches are good. He has no heartbeat. He really lives for those moments, really.
Obviously, we don't know about Walker yet, but how much of a luxury is it to have a guy like Turnbull?
Sure, exactly. That's what depth's all about, So
How does your? I mean, are you okay with your bullpen tomorrow?
I think so. Ruiz, he might be down, but if I know him, he's going to come in and say he's ready to go. But I think we're in pretty good shape.
And you guys give up two of the Mets runs late scored on wild pitches. I think you have tied for the most wild pitches in the majors this season. Is there an issue there? And if there is, like, how do you even begin to try to rectify that?
Well, I mean, when you got power stuff, you're going to have wild pitches. That's just the bottom line. Those guys have great stuff, great secondary pitches. It's going to get away from every once in a while. It's hard to corral it.
With Taijuan, before he got hurt, velocity is still down. Now it's only his fourth start of the year. It was slow in the spring. What have you seen from him? What do you see from him?
Actually, tonight, Caleb made a trip to the mound in the second inning and made sure he started throwing his split a little bit more. And I thought his split was as good as he's had or better than he's had all year. And the fastball had a little bit more life. I can see the life coming back to his fastball. So, early on he gave up some hard hit balls, but he didn't go to a split. Once he went to a split, he was in pretty good shape.
Do you think that that's one of those things where he just needs a little push to trust it again?
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe he's got it now. When you see results like tonight, where he's getting some swing and miss and getting some soft contact on it, to probably just go to it.
Rob Thomson, on a variety of topics, says of Taijuan Walker, left toe contusion. We'll see what happens tomorrow when he's evaluated. We don't know about his next start. Also talks about Spencer Turnbull, and that's what it means to have some depth.
He's got three things going for him in a game.
Heck of a job by the bullpen. Really a very good job. I mean, obviously they threw those two wild pitches that led to runs, but, I mean, they were really outstanding.
Bad timing, great job.
Yeah. I
Answer
totally
this
agree.
one that Matt Gelb threw at Rob Thomson, saying, you lead the majors in wild pitches. Is this a problem? Do you have any reason for it? And he said, yeah, when you have power pitchers, sometimes it's tough to corral those balls. Do you buy that or not?
Oh,
you don't buy it. Oh, you do?
I buy it, but
okay.
I don't buy it on the fastballs. And then in those situations, both of those wild pitches were on fastballs. They, every once in a while you miss your spot, and it happens sometimes.
There was zero chance that he was going to catch Hoffman's. There was none. I mean, that ball was 10 feet to JT's right. He's not catching that one. I guess if he was kind of cheating with Alvarado, which he couldn't because he was setting up on the other side of the plate. And, I mean, the guy's throwing close to 100 miles an hour. Good luck.
Right. They would have won the game probably had they gotten out there and gone into it would have been a totally different situation. They didn't play catch very well, and, that stuff happens.
Unfortunately, speaking of stuff happening, Taijuan Walker, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and then in the 4th inning takes a shot off his left big toe, and we'll see what happens with the evaluation tomorrow. But here's Walker post-game in the clubhouse.
Just what are your thoughts on what could be the prognosis?
It feels better now than when it first happened. I tried to walk it off a little bit, but it just kept getting kind of hot and numb, and just started hurting. But it definitely feels a lot better, especially after getting the X-ray, and everything was negative, everything was clean. So that made me feel a lot better. But definitely a sore, bruise, starting to swell a little bit, but could have been a lot worse.
Did anything else bother you there? It looked like on your follow through, like you kind of got twisted up right as the ball hit you.
No. I just felt the ball hit my big toe, and that was it. I guess I stepped on myself too, but I didn't even feel that. I just honestly just felt the ball hit me squared up right in the big toe.
Obviously, we don't know yet, but how frustrating is it that you're kind of settling back in now? You finally going after a late start, and now you got something else you might be dealing with?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is frustrating. I tried so bad just to go try and throw a pitch and see how it felt, but I'm very frustrated about it because I feel good, and then I thought my splitter started coming back a little bit, and I felt really good with that, and I started throwing it more, and then this happened. So again, I'm glad it's not broken. I guess it's kind of day to day and see how much pain I can tolerate and see how fast I can get it going.